Hey YouTube, it's your boy Widgie here, coming up with some more Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition. And this is another casted game with my friend Horsefeed here on the left-hand side of the map, playing as Lakota in the cyan. And on the top right part of the map, we have the King Toro playing as the Haudenosaunee in the red. And this is going to be a wild one, guys. I've been given just a sort of brief overview, a summary of this, and it's kind of insane. And I hope you guys really enjoy it. And of course, it's more Lakota content. It's a nice native matchup here. I really enjoy my natives, and I want to kind of just show that off a little bit more. Of course, we'll see more matchups, different matchups in the future. But for now, we are watching Horsefeed here versus King Toro. And Horsefeed is going for the Super Greedy Age 1 opening. Now, I've mentioned this before in previous casted games, and I think, honestly, it's the best way that you can always open with Lakota. I thought that the generic, just standard TP opening was the way, but if you can pull this off and you can do the maths quickly and do the macro, you can make it work. So what you do is you drop a market first and you get hunting dogs. Quite straightforward. You then drop a TP when you have enough wood from chopping with your villagers on the left here. And then the next part is a little bit tricky because you need 200 wood for that trade post. So what you're going to do, basically, is see if you can find the wood on the map as your treasure. So if you can use your treasure guardian here to find it, that's one way. And sometimes you can find coin, which is ideal because you can buy the wood with the coin. And that's exactly what's happened here. The 50 coin comes in and boom, you can see it just being used to buy the wood. And then finally, hey, we have the 200 wood and we move all the villagers off. So there is that. Now, if you can't find the treasure, then you basically have to chop just over 100 wood, and then you gather the food, you sell food, and then you use that to then buy wood to get your 200 to drop your trade post. Hopefully that makes sense. Kind of confusing, a little complex, but if you pull it off, you basically get hunting dogs, you get your market down already, you got your TP for that increased gather rate, and you've got a trade post. So you have that XP tempo already right at the start of the game. Anyway, let's have a quick look over at King Toro here, playing as the Haudenosaunee. Going to be grabbing himself 40 coin on the north here. And let's have a look at the deck. So this deck is very standard. There's a few things here that are a little unusual, but overall, it's pretty standard for Haudenosaunee on the land map. We have a couple of the resource crates. We have a few unit shipments as well. The 4 Kanya is very important. And of course, we have various upgrades here. The conservative tactics has had a recent change. All infantry units, you get 10% HP and damage, which is nuts. And you have spice trade. There is environmentalism here in Age 3. And this basically swaps the coin cost for wood for both your forest prowlers and musket riders. So it's very good if you are in a pinch and you don't have map control, or you may run out of coin and you want to actually go for this card. So that is an option. Anyway, let's go back to Horsefeed here. It's going to be on the age up, going for the fast age up. So when you do this kind of opening with the trade post, it means that your age 1 is going to be slower. So basically, you always have to go for a fast age up. You always have to do it because otherwise you're just going to be too slow. Something interesting that we're seeing here, however, is a tribal marketplace is going down. So this can be one or two things with Lakota, because normally you don't do this if you want to play in Age 2. Normally you go for wood, so you just go food and wood. But this can sometimes mean a semi-fast fortress. So you open up with cavalry, you use the gold gathered to help get your cav, and then you macro for Age 3. You can see here, the corral is now going down. So yeah, we are going to be seeing cav. A cav opening is happening. And King Toro here is just about to age up himself. He's gone for the Elder. So basically, he's going to be getting himself 2 travois here. And immediately, both of those are going to be war huts. And he's actually, that's interesting. He actually kept the travois from Age 1. Is that right? He kept the travois from Age 1. Yeah, I think he did. And he, wait, I thought you can't go double war hut anymore. Oh, no, that's with Inca, isn't it? So he went with the Elder and got himself double war hut. And he kept the travois from Age 1, I believe. And then he used that to drop a corral. So basically now he's got himself a stables and double racks already. Sub 5 minutes. That is impressive. And he's getting himself 5 villages as well. So really doubling down with the eco here. And we got double production of units. Is it too much? Is the corral really required? I don't know. Probably not just yet. I don't know whether or not that's actually worth holding it. I don't know. Holding onto it. We'll have to see. We are going to try and see a raid here from Horsefeed. Unfortunately, it's not going to be 100% successful. He is going to have to back out there. The Tomahawks are lurking around. And Horsefeed here has basically gone for some more bow riders. So his macro, yeah, is pretty much food and coin. And yeah, he's going to be using that to get some bow riders now. So now there's many ways that you can do it. Sometimes when you have this kind of amount of units, your next card would probably be 700 coin. But Horsefeed has actually gone for 700 wood. So that means he wants to stay in H2. And most likely it's going to be because of the trade post sites. You can see that this map is really, really good. And yes, we can definitely see now a second trade post going down. This map is really good for the stagecoach upgrade, for getting the TP line, for really getting that eco and that map control. This is a great map for it. And especially with just pure cav, if you go cav, you're going to have really good mobility. And the axe rider, bow rider composition might be the one for it. So we'll have to see. We do see a unit shipment coming out now, however. These 7 Chetan bowmen are coming out. That's going to accompany very well with the bow riders because it's kind of going to be like a skirm goon composition, you could say. You know, the bow riders are going to be good at the cavalry, and the Chetan bowmen are going to be good against heavy infantry. So King Toro here is going to be nabbing himself a trade post on the north side. Very sort of defended there from his main base. He's done great with the herding here. Deers are looking really, really good. And yeah, he's just pumping out those units. He's just going for it. He's doing a good job with those double war huts. And he's actually sort of gone for 5 villagers and gone for the resource shipment, which is very interesting because normally with Howd, you would go for unit shipments if you're kind of putting some pressure on. But he's kind of playing in a defensive position. So he's opted for the eco play instead. And now Horsefeed is just going to continue. He's now got the upgraded TP line. He's got 3 TPs. They're all on coin. This is really going to help for his Age 2 play here. And obviously not all maps are going to be for this. Not all maps are going to be like this. So you might want to maybe instead, you could do a semi-FF with it. But then, of course, your Age 1 is going to be different because you don't want to use your fast age for Age 1 to Age 2. You want to use the fast age for Age 2 to Age 3. So it changes that a little bit. So you probably, if you weren't going to do this, you probably would just play like a war hut kind of pressure, most likely. And now we do see, are we going to see an engagement here? Little toing and froing between Toro here and Horsefeed. And we do now see a coin shipment coming in. So this looks like a good point, potentially, to age up. But we do have the final batch of bow riders. It makes sense. 700 coin has just dropped in. We could switch the TP lines here. There's 4 now. We could switch those over to coin or food. And we could think about potentially aging up. We've got a decent amount of troops here. And Horsefeed here is just trying to use some of his cav here to just keep in the middle of the map. And he is going to have to pull in this deer hunt. This can be really annoying on this map because the deer hunt basically get sort of cornered here or sort of cut through by this cliff. So it can be really annoying to herd them, but he's managed to do okay here. And now we are going to see an engagement here, ladies and gents. First engagement of the game. And the bow riders here are going to try and see what they can do. The Aena actually counter the bow riders here. So, and there's a lot of them as well. This is not the best engagement here for Horsefeed. He is going to continue though. Do not forget we have 6 Chetan bowmen there trying to see what they can do, picking off the Tomahawks here. But overall, it's going to be a good engagement for Toro here. He's going to be doing a lot better with his composition than Horsefeed's. And we do now see immediately 2 Takala soldiers are going to be coming in. He's got 5 TPs, ladies and gents. That is some insane eco for Horsefeed. Can your horseman coming in? That's a perfect time for the bow riders to do some damage. But unfortunately, there's a lot of Tomahawks still, and they're going to try and just, yeah, it's just not ideal here for Horsefeed at all whatsoever. And he's going to be backing off, I think. Yes, definitely. So not a good engagement there. Not ideal. And he has actually managed to drop another corral. So he's got double corral here. And he's going to actually start to get some axe riders. So he's got axe rider, bow rider, and the 2 Takala soldiers are now in. Scary, scary Lance cavalry units, ladies and gents. They do bonus damage against infantry. That is any kind of infantry. And 1 TP has already gone down, so Toro really starting to work on those TPs. He needs to do something about it. Horse feed on 30 villagers, Toro on 30 as well. But remember, a upgraded TP line really does provide a lot of economy. It's something like 10 villagers or something crazy like that, especially when you have 4 of them like horse feed does. And he's got a lot of coin coming in as well. And he's going to immediately get on top of this. And he's going to try and move the cavalry around here. Is that the best idea? Tomahawks are going to follow them as well and completely zone that cavalry off. Toro doing a fantastic job there. And he's going to be losing both Takala soldiers that quickly, ladies and gents. And the bow riders here are going to try and see what they can do. But still, this is a really good engagement still for Toro, I believe. Overall, doing a pretty good job here. And now we see 3 axe riders coming out for horse feed. An unusual card. I don't know if I 100% agree with it. The value from 3 axe riders, I'm just not too sure. I'd maybe rather go cavalry damage or potentially go for great hunter. But it's not huge at the moment, the amount of food you get from it. An option could be spice trade as well. But yeah, I just don't feel like it's 100% that good. We do see the community plaza going down. He did lose his explorer. So we can see now that the dance is on to resurrect the explorer, the war chief. Let's have a quick look at Toro here, see what he's up to. He's just pumping out units, ladies and gents. As easy as that. He's now starting to get some unit shipments of his own. He has got 6 Tomahawks available. Instead, he's actually going to be going for the War Hut Warrior attack, which is going to be really nice. 15% damage for both his Hyenas and Tomahawks. Very, very good. And Horse Feed is going to get a card just very shortly in for himself as well. But yeah, this pure cav kind of composition, I can sort of see how it works. We do now see cavalry damage coming in. So yeah, so that's going to be huge. And there's a lot of vills here, not really defended by any kind of war hut. How many vills is he going to lose? Actually, hasn't lost one yet. 1 villager going down. And Toro here having to keep his units around these villas because there's so many of them, ladies and gents. You've got 8 villagers there, like 18 villagers. Half of his villas, more than half, are out here. And another one going down. It is unfortunate. It is unfortunate, but this is what happens. When you play a long age 2, you have to eventually get your villagers out onto the map. And you need to defend it somehow, some way. And Horsefeed, ladies and gents, he's just staying. He's staying in age 2. He's feeling good. We do see Kanya's going to try and do a raid, but of course Horsefeed has those bow riders. Very, very deadly. And what's happening here? Toro is keeping his eye off the ball here. He's leaving his vills undefended. And we do see a war hut trying to be built here and going down, but that is not going to happen. Cavalry are just going to move in. And Toro, he's not retreating the vills. He's trying to get the vills on the war hut. Oh my god. So many vills going down. I'm hearing them all die. How many vills is he losing? He's lost like 4 or 5 vills already. Easily 6 or 7, 8, 9, 10 vills. That is insane. Something that you cannot do, ladies and gents. He needed to wait for that war hut to go up. He knows the mobility of horse feed right now because of the cavalry. He needed to keep some tomahawks, maybe half the army or something around this war hut being built. And that is absolutely devastating. 23 vills now for Toro. Horse feed on 38 villagers. He's nearly double vills. He has 4 TPs upgraded. And he's continuing with double axe riders now are coming out. However, he's going to make a little bit of a blunder here. Moving his cavalry straight into Toro's mass. That is not ideal. Going to be losing 4 cav, maybe 5 cavalry units there. That is not ideal for horse feed here. But this composition is okay, but I think we need some Chetan Bowman. I think we need some kind of infantry here if you want to play H2. Oh, we are going to see another engagement. The Axe Riders are going to try and dance around here, micro a little bit, try and sort of distract the Aenas, but it's not really going to work that well. And once again, those Axe Riders are going to go down, and all that's left are the Bow Riders, and they're just not going to be enough. There's just too many Aena here. It's really not ideal. We do see some idols on the top left part of the map as well for Horsefeed at the moment. Going to be dropping down a tribal marketplace, but yeah, this is it. This is just not the best. You know, it's lucky that Horsefeed has the eco that he has, because he hasn't been doing particularly well in the engagements. He really, really hasn't, and I think that he needs to age up. I keep saying it. I feel like he needs to age up, but we'll see. We'll see how he does. He is going to try and get a few pickoffs here as the sieging happens. And Bow Riders in mass are pretty deadly, ladies and gents. They're pretty darn good. And once again, as I always say, the Aenas do a pretty good job here. And that was a nice pull trick from Toro here, pulling his Aena with his tomahawks there. Very, very nice. And he really wants to get that trade post down. Let's have a quick look at Toro here. See, have a look at the base very quickly. Looking pretty good. We do see, obviously, this south side here. Those hunts are now gone, so there's a huge amount of hunts here in this map. On the south part of the map, it's massive, and also the north part. And it looks like Horsefeed has managed to commandeer the north part of the map. So will Toro do the same on the south side? If he does, he's going to need war huts, because he cannot afford to lose as many vills as he just did. There were so many vills lost. 27 for Toro, 44 for Horsefeed. It's crazy. But look at this. We've got full Aena production, ladies and gents. 3 war huts making Aenas. We have 5 war huts in total. And it looks like Horsefeed really wants to get on these fields. He can see them with his TP here. He's got the vision. He's itching to get in there. He wants to try and deal with those villagers, but it's too risky right now. It's too risky. And he is going to be getting another card. Card has just come in. Look at all that noise, those clicking noises. That is the juicy coin coming in. We do see the Great Hunter. How much is that going to give him? 1,300 food, ladies and gentlemen. That is amazing. And another war hut going down for Toro here. Really wants to keep his vills guarded. And just even more cav flooding in. Horsefeed just being able to produce so many units because of the coin coming from the trade posts. Does have a couple of Axe Riders here. They're not going to make the connection. They're not going to see the vills. Very, very lucky there for Toro. Very lucky indeed. And now we see a corresponding war hut here from Horsefeed. We have war hut versus war hut, ladies and gents. What is going to happen? The food has come in for Horsefeed. What is he going to be doing with that food? Is he going to sell it for some gold? No, he's not. What is he going for? He's going for the Lakota Takala soldiers, ladies and gentlemen. This is the best opportunity Horsefeed is going to get. And is he going to pop them on the war hut? Yes, he is. He's getting it on. There it is. They come down. The Takala soldiers, 6 of them, absolute units, are going to be able to chop and spear their way through the Tomahawk line here. And they are going to be able to finally find the connection to the Aenas, which Horsefeed has been hoping for this entire game. Absolutely insane. My God, he's only got 2 of them left, but goddamn, they did a fantastic job, and all of the units have been cleared up. That is one of the best pops and timings I have seen in a long, long time. The combination of the Great Hunter with the Takala Big Button is something that is just amazing to see. I absolutely enjoyed that. I enjoyed that way too much. Holy crap. That was amazing. And now he's going to be sieging this war hut. Some Veals are going to try and run away to the next war hut. But there's a lot of Veals in here, ladies and gents. We've got 10 Veals cooped up, 3 in the other one as well. And they're going to try and pop out, but they're all going to get absolutely slaughtered on the way out. They're not going to make it. Good night. Both of them, all of them going down. And now the war hut is going to be underway. Toro here continuing with Tomahawks. He's got 6 Tomahawks coming out. More Veals are just going to get stuck. Oh, you hate to hear it. But you love to hear it if you are horse feed. You hate to hear it if you're Toro. And we do now see Furrier coming on the way now. Probably a little... Oh, no, it's for horse feed, isn't it? No, it's probably good for him. Yeah, he's on 49 villagers. Yeah, it's a nice card. Especially if you want to really stay in H2 for long. That's going to really, really help. And it's going to actually give good yield as well, I believe. Nice. He's feeling really good now. I think Toro is going to really, really struggle now to do anything here. His only answer would be to try and get into age 3 and have the age advantage, but he's just not, he's nowhere near that position. He's kind of mis-macroed. Horsefeed is just going to jump on top of this. No, you know, it's not the ideal thing to do. He's going to lose quite a few units here, but, you know, he is pretty far ahead. So he's going to take that and he's just going to move on forward. And Toro here, not too sure what he needs to do. Once again, just we see a lot of wood coming in. I don't know whether that was a wood shipment, but there's just a lot of wood backed up for horse feed. I think he's probably going to rebuild the trade posts. I mean, I would do that. Get 2 trade posts back down here. And maybe just think about aging up. You know? Try and push in, see how it goes. Oh my god. We have the south side here, of course. And Horsefeed's villas are on the south side now as well. And what do we have here, ladies and gents? We've got 15 villagers. This is going to be the nail in the coffin. Toro's going to have 3 vills left at the end of this. There's no way any of them are escaping. Is he going to watch this or is he just going to GG? Is he going to put himself through this and watch all of his vills die? Don't do it, Toro. Just get out of here. Get out of the game. It's not worth it. There is the GG, of course. There it is, ladies and gents. A fantastic game. One of the best pops I've seen in a while out of this war hut here. The Takala Soldier Big Button, ladies and gents. It costs like 1,800 food now. It had a reduction. I think it was 2,000 food or something. And that's only 1,800 or something like that. I'm sure you can let me know. But couple that with the Great Hunter. It works so well. The synergy. I didn't even realize you go Great Hunter and you can pop 6 Takala Soldiers. So good. Such good value, especially later on in the game. If you still are playing in Age 2 around the 20-minute mark, it's definitely an option. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought about it. And of course, I will catch you in the next video or the next stream. Catch you later, guys. Bye.